Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the future of the water and wastewater industry and the careers you didn't know about. I'm your host, Dave Kosminski, and this is going to be our episode number 30. And with us, we have a special guest in the studio, the water and sewer clerk for the Town of Portland Water Department, Miss Devon Arce. So, hi, Devon. How are you?
Good, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. So, anyway, thanks for coming down. I know you were a little bit reluctant to be on camera a little bit, but anyway, obviously you notice the careers that we're kind of highlighting. Basically, are just covering all of the aspects of the water and wastewater industry. So, tell us a little bit about your day job and how you got into it. I know you've been relatively new in the industry.
Yeah, I've only been here for a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. So basically, I'm the collector of revenue assistant. When I started, I didn't know it would have to do with water, So,
Okay.
My daily life would be, first I go and I check credit cards, credit card payments.
Okay.
And then basically it's whatever the day gives me after that,
Okay.
Kyle will bring me work orders, finals, anything I get a call for. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Kyle's already been on the podcast, and Kyle is our basically our meter reader and is our half of the water department, really, and so forth. So he goes out and gets you all the final reads, all of the readings, and so forth. And now, as far as in relation to the meter readings, obviously you have to load his gun with all of the routes to go out and read, correct?
Right, yeah. So he'll go out, he'll read his routes, and once he brings them back to me, I load them into our read center, and then from there I load them into Koozie.
So basically, there's actually two components of software that you got. You have the read center, which is the component, and then you have the that goes actually. Loads the gun, and then you have the Koozie, which is our billing software.
Right.
Now the billing software, the Koozie software, now that also takes care of sewer, correct?
It does.
Okay. So, basically tell us a little bit about the workflow from a standpoint of, how many times we bill a year, or how many times, and so forth. So.
Right. So we bill 4 times a year.
Okay, which is quarterly.
Quarterly. So we bill January, April, July, and October. So prepping for that is, a little more
Involved,
yeah. So, we'll be prepping the whole month before.
Okay.
And so Kyle will go out, he'll read, I'll have to load him up and everything. And then once he comes back, he'll bring me the reads. I have to go through everyone to make sure, everything's looking
Okay.
pretty good. And then from there, it takes about 2 weeks to do the billing process itself.
After the reads are in.
After all of them are in.
Right.
Yep.
Now, so how long does it normally take Kyle to get all the reads in?
3 weeks to a whole month.
To a whole month.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from that standpoint, if there's high reads or low reads, how does that process work?
So if it's high reads, usually the meter will detect it. So when I get the billing reports through Read Center, it'll tell me high read or no usage or something like that. But sometimes it doesn't necessarily catch it, so I have to go through the reads and make sure everything's reading correctly. Now,
if there's a high read, do you normally send Kyle out to find out why it's high?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, because normally, as far as in relation to high water consumption, and typically from a standpoint of consumption normally goes up in the summer months anyway. But
right.
You get into a situation where people are filling their pools, they're adding water to their pools that evaporate. But quite often, too, you get into a situation where we get into a high water usage that's usually maybe contributed to maybe a running toilet.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Those are the ones are the typical bandits as far as that come in, because they're out of sight, they're out of mind, and a running toilet will run 24/7, and you don't know it until the next bill.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much water.
Yeah,
through that meter with that.
So now, how is from a standpoint of customer service? Tell us a little bit about interaction with customers. What typically is your normal, phone call or whatever?
So I've been in customer service for 6 years, so I mean, it's not worse, it's not better, So it's everything people call about are the normal things, my
Okay.
bill seems a little high, or can you tell me like what my bill would be? I
Yep.
didn't receive my bill. So things like that. But the majority of people in this town are very good. They're
Yeah.
very nice people. So we don't have too many, people that are upset
Right.
calling in.
Well,
So,
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the water rates have. I don't think we've had a water rate increase in a couple of years, have we?
I think April of last year was
April of
the
last year. Okay, so I know I'm on the Water and Sewer Commission meeting, so I know that we're trying to stay ahead of the game. Obviously, that we purchase most of our, or 60% of our water from the metropolitan district, so
Right.
that can get quite costly as far as that goes. To go from there. So now, as far as you're the assistant to collector of revenue, so you also get involved with taxes, also, right?
Yes.
And all. So tell us how that side of the card works.
So, my daily life is water sewer.
Okay.
I assist in taxes, but in the month of July and January,
Oh yeah.
I kind of have to push water aside.
Yep.
Because the amount of people that will come in, pay with checks,
Yep.
I don't think it's like just one person can do it all by themselves. So,
No.
I mean, that's why we kind of just have to,
It's a
process. It's just processing for an entire month.
it's a team effort. I know
It is.
that. I know Cindy goes crazy.
It's tough.
Yeah, she asks, "Can you send Morgan down a little bit?"
Morgan's great. Oh my God, she's a lifesaver.
Yeah, it helps out. So, when you get into a point where, obviously from a water and sewer, those bills go out quarterly. Obviously, the tax bills go out, semi-annually. Okay,
Right.
so that's January and July.
Yes.
Okay, so that goes. So now, does the town take credit cards?
We do, yes. Excuse me. For water and sewer, we do take credit cards, and for taxes, we take debit and credit.
But those are for strictly online, correct?
Correct.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, all right. So I think we use Point and Pay for that. So
Yep.
you can do that to go from there. So, all right, great. As far as did you when you got into the what made you apply for the job? Let's put it that way.
So at the time, it was like December of 2020, and I was only working retail, and
okay.
during those slow months, you really don't get any hours.
Oh, I see.
So I kind of I was like, all right, I need a big girl job. I need something that's actually going to pay my bills.
Yeah.
So I applied, and I made it through the first interview. I was very surprised because
Oh,
I was
good.
stuttering so much.
Okay.
It was so bad. So I didn't think I was going to get to a second interview, to be honest. But yeah, that's just how it started. I saw it on a whim, and I applied.
So on the employment job postings for the town.
Yeah, I saw it in the newspaper, actually.
In the newspaper,
Yep.
okay. So obviously, when Cheryl moved upstairs to assistant of the public works, you took over her job, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Now she helps you a little bit every now
Oh
and
my
then.
God, she's so helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
helpful.
she's been there. She's done it all.
Yep.
As far as that goes. So, for again, the purpose that that I launched this podcast obviously is to make younger folks like yourself, students that are graduating high school or perhaps in college that haven't decided on a career path, that the water industry and the wastewater industry, as far as that goes, is a viable career.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's a steady career, and obviously it's a career that you really can't outsource.
Right.
You need the boots on the ground, not only to read the meters but again to do the billing, to do the processing, and so forth. So to go from there. Now we're in the process of putting remote reads in now, as far as the meters. Okay, how is that going?
It's actually going really well.
Okay.
Yeah. The water department is just churning them out. They're doing really well.
Oh, that's good.
So in the times that we bill,
Yeah.
we can't change meters out,
Right.
Because it'll change up a read.
Right.
So, but in the off months when Kyle's doing all his work orders and everything,
Yep.
oh my God, he's just
Banging them right out.
banging them out. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Doing a great
and
job.
obviously for everybody listening now, the remote reads obviously are you have the radio transmitters. Okay, so Kyle all has to do is drive by in the car
Right,
or in the
yep.
truck. Okay, and it shoots out the reading now. Now, what do you think of the percentage of remote reads we have in now,
Percentage wise, I wouldn't know.
or number wise? We got I think, 2,300 customers that we have.
For remote reads. Oh, I wouldn't even know. Talking about the new ones that he has, I want to say like 70%, 80%.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I wouldn't really know
Okay.
exact percentages. But I mean, if I were to run a report, I'm sure I could find it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be something that would be interesting to find
Something
out.
to look into, you know.
To get from there, because obviously, the meter reading and the meter readers to a water department, that's the cash register. Okay. Without those, it's you got no money coming in.
Right.
And the accuracy of those meters is critical to make sure that we're not dealing with a lot of unaccountable water, or as we also say, non-revenue water.
Yep.
As far as that goes. Now, do you produce a non-revenue report too, as far as
I think we do annually.
annually?
Yeah. So when we get audited and everything,
Okay.
it comes out with that. So.
Okay. So speaking of audits, now how does that process play out?
So auditing, we just get all of our balance spreadsheets and all of our deposit spreadsheets, and we put them all together because we balance every month.
Okay.
I trial balance every week.
Okay.
So to make sure I'm not even a penny off.
Okay.
So at the end of each month, we balance, we send it up to finance, and then they let us know that every deposit went in correctly.
Okay.
So at the end of the year, it's the same thing. You just do it for the annual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the annual, I think they send all that stuff out to an auditor, correct?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
So the auditor, they get it, and then they'll come here and just do a couple tests to make sure everything is right. So.
Okay. But the monthly, month by month stuff, that's all done by finance upstairs.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yep.
so you have to bring up the stuff to Karen?
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
So Karen, Casey, as we call her.
Casey. Yep.
So yes, Casey has many hats there. She's also gets into procurement of things.
Right.
I ask her to buy things. She's the Amazon queen,
She is.
or whatever, as far as that goes. So I mean, what advice would you give to a high school senior or a college student that hasn't decided on a career? Would you recommend looking into the water and wastewater industry?
I definitely would. I actually took watering people in high school.
Yes, you did.
I did.
Yes.
Yep. And, at that time, I didn't see it as like a viable career.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't even know what I was going to do for college, so I didn't figure it out until I was like 24, 20, maybe 23.
Okay.
So honestly, don't count yourself out. That would be my advice.
Yeah.
Don't count this out, so.
Well, the thing is again, it's a career that is a very secure career. It's not something that typically, because slowdowns or whatever, you get layoffs, but plus, the compensation is very decent. You get paid pretty well,
Right.
and it's a secure career, and it's steady. And there's plenty of room in advancement as far as that goes. If you want to, get into, one of the big things in this industry that we're lacking is, people that are in Kyle's position that are water treatment operators. Okay, right. I've been in the industry 49 years. Okay, and it's getting to the point I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So it's the retirement careers, of the industry. We've got over 50% of the registered operators in the state that are eligible to retire within the next 2 years. So that's going to be a huge knowledge gap, and it's going to be what we got to start doing is filling that pipeline, and that's what we're trying to do is just make students aware. I try to get this out to all of the guidance counselors, and so forth. Unfortunately, we don't do the water and people class at the high school anymore. After COVID and all that kind of stuff went. But we're starting to put together an online career, an online course, so people can get that, and basically you can get your operator in training. You can get, but it gives you an awareness of everything that it takes to run the water and wastewater industry. Now, tell us the relationship between your water and wastewater as far as billing goes.
water and wastewater, like sewer. As far as billing, it would be... So for your sewer, you get billed for the same consumption that you use for water.
Okay.
So let's say you use 100 cubic feet of water. You're going to be using you're going to be billed for 100 cubic feet of sewer as well.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, and again, not all users in Portland have both city water and city sewer. There are quite a few users that just have city water. So basically, they're just paying for the water, correct?
Right.
Okay. So, and again, one of the things that if you're looking at your water bill and you have a high water bill and potentially you could have either a leaky toilet, that also affects your sewer bill because water coming in has to go, water going out. So as far as that goes. Now, as far as irrigation systems, are there many? Do you have the accounts in your database that have irrigation systems notated, or how does that work?
We have some of the accounts that are still active.
Yeah.
But all the other ones we don't have.
Okay.
So I think you have to go to Public Works for that or building.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Because I think, obviously if you have an irrigation system, that's another potential usage of water, especially, from now. Connecticut now is we're in the stage 2 drought, but we're bordering on that extreme drought category now. So it's but we need water very, very badly. And, it's the type of thing that we need about 3 days of nice, slow, steady rain, to get because I think everybody's lawn is brown and crunchy.
I know mine is.
Yeah, yeah. But to water it, obviously you have people that want green lawns. Okay, you got to pay to do that. To make it green. As far as that goes. So anyway, tell us what was your education path? Obviously after you got out of high school, what did you do?
So after high school, I went to Middlesex, and I got an associate's in general studies.
Okay.
It was going to be English, but I didn't want to be there anymore. So I just all right, I have enough for general studies.
Okay.
Because I just really wanted to transfer.
Okay.
So I transferred to CCSU, and I got an economics degree, and I minored in East Asian studies.
In what now?
East Asian studies.
East Asian studies. What did that entail? That's interesting.
Well, I wanted to go to South Korea.
Uh-huh.
I was originally going to go to study abroad. But things just didn't work out at the time.
Okay.
So, but it was a lot of just, cultural, art, history of
really
East Asia. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And, obviously, you graduated from Central? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then you're out in the world. Then you went to work retail?
No, I had actually been working retail the whole time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right before I graduated in 2020.
Okay.
I got the job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so stepped right into it.
Right in.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a
no
good
breaks.
Thing. No breaks. Okay.
Nope.
Well, that's a good thing. So, anyway, so I mean, you live in Portland, correct?
I do.
Okay. So, what do you do for hobbies?
I do Taekwondo.
Do you?
I do. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you? What is the belt hierarchy in Taekwondo?
I'm a first degree black belt. In November, I'll be a second degree.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. And who's your sensei?
I have two.
Okay.
So I have like a dojang master, and then I have like my instructor master.
Okay.
So I have Master O and I have Master Christian.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So, and how many times a week do you do that?
I do it 3 times a week.
Ah,
Yep.
nice.
Yep.
Remind me not to mess with you.
Okay.
You're gonna take me out.
I should have told you that before you asked me to come.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like Dave.
Dave. Okay. Fantastic. Well, anyway, well that's great. Thanks, Devon. I appreciate it. What's your okay? Now, because obviously I have a music background. So, what's your favorite concert? Have you been to any concerts at all?
I have.
Uh-huh.
I went to a K-pop concert, a Korean concert.
Oh, okay.
I have one on September 1st as well.
Where was that?
The first one was in New Jersey.
Okay.
And then this one coming up is going to be in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So, what types of music are you on your playlist?
On my playlist is mostly K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop. And then I like mostly any kind of music.
Okay.
So I could switch from K-pop to like oldies to Broadway.
Okay.
Like anything on the spectrum, really.
Nice. Okay. All right. Next question. desert island food. If you got stuck on a desert island, what food could you eat every day?
Every day. Oh, gosh. Maybe mac and cheese.
Okay.
It's an easy one.
That's a staple.
Yeah.
That's a staple. Okay.
I feel like I'd get sick after a week. I'd be like, let me go.
That's stick to your ribs comfort food.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. All right. Fantastic. So, all right. Ms. Devon Arce is in the house. Okay. And thanks, Devon, for coming down. I know you were a little bit apprehensive, but you did great. Well, fantastic. And again, so, ladies and gentlemen, that is our episode 30 of the future of the water and wastewater industry and the careers you didn't know about. And Ms. Devon Arce of the Portland Water and Sewer Department is in the house telling us about her day job. So, stay tuned for more episodes about careers in the water industry. Thanks, Devon. Appreciate it.